Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Josh. Welcome back to another video, and here to take a look at another Ultra 500 series figure. And today we're here to take a look at the Ultra Hero 500 series, Ultraman Dyna. Now, I did a little voting poll about a week ago or two, I'm not sure, and even though Hong Kong Battle Godzilla won, Ultraman Dyna was in second place. So of course I was like, you know what? Let's take a good look at him. After looking back of when was the last time I did a review of an Ultra Hero figure, holy crap, I am so sorry. I am way behind you guys, but you know what? We're here to take a look at another Ultraman figure, and that's all that matters. Now, as for Ultraman Dyna, sadly, my knowledge of this character isn't, like, too good. I remember watching a couple of episodes on YouTube. Sometimes somebody will upload a playlist of like some of the Ultraman series. I started watching Dyna, but sadly, due to YouTube's copyright system, the playlist of course got taken down, and I wasn't able to watch the show. So from what I can recall, I know the first episode there was like a huge battle on Mars. Ultraman Dyna fought against like Durambia, not to be mistaken with Thunder Durambia, but you know, that's all I could really think of. But that's not to say that he is a cool character, because he is definitely, you know, pretty badass. So, of course, before we take a look at the figure, I always like to take a look at the tag. So, of course, as you can see, he is number 14 right here. You see, this is what I mean. This picture is taken right from the first episode. He's fighting against Durambia right there. It's a nice little picture of him fighting right there. Of course, he got some little stuff back here. I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know what it says. The inside has nothing except for some numbers. That's about it. Here you go, do a little comparison right there. So, of course, let's take a look at the figure really quick. You know, these are, you know, very simple figures. They're not meant to be super complicated or anything like that. But the detail is so nice. Of course, it's very accurate to how the character appears in the show. As we take a look at him all the way down here, little paint job. Paint job is very good for the most part. The only problem is that how do I explain this? Now, the paint job is very weird. I don't really know how to kind of go on with it. It's like, so they painted it all up here. You know, you got the little gold and silver, and then they painted half the legs, but then they didn't paint this area right here. So I'm like, what Bandai, what's going on here? Why didn't you paint that area? And it's odd because the entire figure is painted in the front. Like, there's no details missing or anything like that. Let me just, here you go. Focus on that. Yeah, you know, in the front, it looks really good. You know, the paint job is phenomenal, but it's like when you look at him from the side, he looks good, but you could tell that there's something just a tiny, tiny bit off. Not exactly, but then when you get right to the back, and it's like, it's kind of weird, you know? It's funny because mostly the later figures would have this kind of weird paint job where they don't normally paint the back that much. I don't know what's the case with that. I don't know if that's due to cost or anything. I think Ultraman Tiga did suffer from that problem just a little bit, although not exactly. So I don't know why the back of the figure is not painted 100%. But, you know, it beats me. You know, it's still a good figure. Don't get me wrong. You know, that's kind of my only negative with it. But besides that, it's very decent all in all. I bought this on Amazon, I believe, if I remember. So anyway, the articulation, these figures, when it comes to the Ultraman figures, they only have 3 points of articulation. He can move at the waist, but it's like really tight. Like, you don't even want to, like, you know, you're not gonna break it if you kind of like twist them all the way, but it just be safe, I'd rather not go that far. You got the arms, due to that little kind of thing, whatever, you know, he can't really move his arm all the way 360. You can try, but it's a little bit difficult, you know. Nothing bad, you know. Just thought I mentioned that because sometimes these figures can be really tight. Like, you see this arm, I could just kind of like move it just like that with no problems. But this one's like giving me a hard time. And the waist, I mean, forget about it, you know. That's all the articulation you're gonna get, obviously. usually sometimes when they do release like the monsters and stuff like that, they do have more articulation sometimes. You know, but these Ultraman figures, that's pretty much all you're gonna get. You know. But you know what? They're simple. You know, they're vinyl figures, they're vinyl dolls or whatever they're called. You know, that's just kind of their structure. That's kind of the way they are. You know, but all in all, it's still a very good figure. You know, besides the little weird paint job going on here. But you know what? It's all good. You know. So before we end the video right here, let's do a comparison. Let's compare him with his buddies. You got Ultraman Tiga, and then after that, you got his pal Ultraman Gaia. The trio right here. I mean, this is all in celebration of Ultraman Trigger, since the new series does has a whole heavy focus on the Heisei Ultramen, specifically these three. I did not review Ultraman Gaia yet, although I will in the future. I already did a review of Ultraman Tiga. That review was not too good because it had music in it originally, and that there's some bits where it's like kind of awkward without the music. You know, but here he is, a little size comparison. Yep. And here he is compared to his enemy, Durambia, or should I say Thunder Durambia, because there is a difference. This is like a more powered up version of him. I believe Thunder Durambia appears in Ultraman Ginga, if I'm correct. Just thought I'd give you a nice little comparison. I'll definitely review this guy in the future too. You know, so don't get. I'm gonna try and review as much as I can. And last but not least, Ninja Turtle. I don't know, why not? Come on, man. Yep, that's about it, you know? Oh, maybe one last little comparison. In my next voting poll, the winner, of course, was Hong Kong Battle Kong. Here's a little size comparison, so I will be reviewing that figure up next. When will that review be up? I'm not too sure, although I'll get going as fast as I can. So yeah, that's about it, you know. That ends our review of Ultraman Dyna. I give it, you know what, besides the paint job, I still give it a 10 out of 10. You know, it's still a very good figure. There's nothing really wrong with it. It is, you know, it is durable. I forgot to mention that. You know, despite the vinyl softer kind of plastic going on. I mean, Dyna, he's not really that soft. He's actually pretty, you know, pretty good. I forgot to mention how buff he is. He's not like Ultraman Titus buff, but he definitely got some muscle in the chest area. So that's great, you know, to have with your Ultraman figures. So yeah, that's about it. You know, that ends the review there. So like I say, I'm gonna review Hong Kong Battle Kong up next for the toy reviews. Of course, I do, you know, with my voting poll, whoever gets, like, the highest is reviewed first. Whoever's in second place, you know, the second highest, I review that, you know. So, eventually, I will review more Ultraman figures, you know. And, yeah, that's about it, you know. So, thank you guys for watching very much. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one.